The National Weather Service has a nationwide network of weather stations that broadcast weather-related programming 24/7 to different areas. And the weather comes from NOAA, which is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, hence the name NOAA Weather Radio, which is often abbreviated, they call it NOAA Weather Radio, which is funny because my name is Noah. Ha, ha, ha. Anyways, in the late 1990s, many of these National Weather Service offices underwent some major upgrades. And with these upgrades came a new speech synthesis system, which read aloud forecasts and warnings and all the other good weather stuffs to ease the load on staff, which always made the recordings and they were always looped back, so that important weather warnings could get to listeners and stations in a more timely manner. And with these upgrades came new stations. I think at the time of the upgrades, they had 500, 550, maybe 600 stations. Take that with a grain of salt, however, because I don't know for sure. Now, as of January the 12th of 2016, I believe they're at almost 2,000. So that's quite a bit. And obviously, it's easier to have a synthesized voice reading all of the weather forecasts and such for the stations. In 1999, they used a voice. His name was Paul. They called him Paul. I believe the speech synthesis system was called Deck Talk. And in 2001, they upgraded the voice because the public didn't really like Paul too much. Poor Paul. I forget the name of the speech synthesis engine. I should have looked it up before I made the video, but I didn't, and you're going to have to get over it. But either way, the same voice synthesis engine went through like 3 different owners between 2001 and 2016. I believe they're owned by AT&T now. I believe. Well, for the first time in approximately 15 years, the National Weather Service is seeking to upgrade their voices. That's right. Almost 20 years and they're upgrading their voices. That means they loved Tom. They also had a voice called Donna. She's not used as often as Tom is. But anyways, a small group of National Weather Service offices are trying out this new voice. I don't think they have a name for him yet. For the sake of this video, we'll call him Fred. Or should we call him Bob? I'm going to go with Fredbob. Alright? Fredbob. So Fredbob is the new voice. And using the Sangean PRD4W AM/FM weather radio, which I did an unboxing of on Christmas, and I said that a review was coming. And it is. Not now, but very soon, for the 0.25 people that are waiting on this review for this beautiful little radio. And no, I did not mean to say 0.25% of people. I said 0.25 people. I meant 0.25 people. How can you have a fourth of a person? You just can't, okay? So using this radio, which will now be hiding my face because, you know, the sound is the focus now, and the radio too, we will be taking a listen to these voices. Now, the National Weather Service office in Raleigh, which programs a couple of stations that I can pick up here, the ones for Albemarle and Winston-Salem, are still using the old voices. So now, we're going to hear the Albemarle station using the Tom voice.
And now the extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday. Hazardous weather is not expected at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation is not expected at this time.
This is NOAA Weather Radio.
And that's Donna speaking the station identification. This is WWF 60 Albemarle. But now we're going to go to our Charlotte station, which is programmed by the National Weather Service office in Greenville, Spartanburg. and listen to Fredbob.
January 12th. At Charlotte Douglas International Airport, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 47 degrees, the dew point 12, and the relative...
I'm honestly not sure why this radio exhibits short bursts of static a couple of seconds after you tune to the weather station, but it's alright.
The pressure was 30.00 inches and falling. At Gastonia, it was sunny. The temperature was 47
And now
degrees.
Tom again.
Will drop southeast.
Oops, my bad, that's Donna. Tom will begin speaking in a second.
Pressure will build over the region Wednesday through Wednesday night, then shift off the southeast coast for Thursday.
There is no new voice to replace Donna.
Here is the latest
This is
National
Tom.
Weather Service forecast for Albemarle and vicinity. Wind advisory in effect until 6 p.m. this evening.
What I want to know is which voice do you guys prefer? I'll let you hear the voices and say which one is which. This is Tom.
Miles per hour this afternoon. Tonight, clear and breezy. Cold. With lows in the mid-20s. West winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Becoming northwest 5 to 10 miles per hour after midnight. Wednesday, sunny. Highs in the lower 40s.
And this is the Mooresville station, which I can pick up. It's another one operated by Greenville Spartanburg Weather Office.
This is the NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards. KJY85 broadcasting from the Iredell County Emergency Communications Tower in Mooresville, North Carolina, operating on a frequency of 162.525 megahertz. This transmitter is serving the foothills and southern Piedmont of North Carolina. The current time is 12:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These are the noon Eastern Standard Time observations for the Charlotte metropolitan area on Tuesday, January 12th. At Charlotte Douglas International Airport, it was mostly...
Tom again.
Mid-40s. Here are the noon observations for the western Piedmont. At Albemarle, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 48 degrees, dew point 18, and the relative humidity 29%. The wind was west at 13 miles an hour, gusting to 20. The pressure was 30.02 inches and falling. The report from Monroe was...
And here's Fredbob once again.
19, and the relative humidity 36%. The wind was southwest at 10 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.95 inches and falling. At Gastonia, it was sunny.
That's enough synthetic voices for now. Now, personally, I still like the old Tom voice better. Maybe it's because I'm more used to him. I feel like I could get used to this new voice, but I like Tom better because it's just the way it's not a he, I'm referring to him as if he was an actual person. It's the way Tom delivers information, mainly in the forecasts. You know, he says the highs and lows, and the sentences aren't squished together. But with the new voice, his name is not actually Fredbob, as I've covered before, but we're calling him Fredbob for now, for the sake of this video. There's insanely long pauses within the forecast, like highs in the lower 40s, lows in the mid-20s. It's just an insanely long pause, and while I guess it does sound more human-like, I still prefer Tom. And I want to know what you guys think. So, if you feel inclined to, let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. That rhymed. And that is the end of this video. Goodbye.